The scar cut across her cheek like a faded reminder of a life she'd left behind. To Evelyn, it wasn't just skin that had been torn. It was the confidence, the laughter, and the ease she once carried. After the military forced her out due to injury, she'd sealed herself off from the world. Her friends tried. They begged her to come out for coffee, dragged her towards social gatherings, even attempted to set her up on blind dates. Evelyn always refused. She couldn't imagine sitting across from someone while their eyes flickered to her scar, their pity barely hidden. One autumn afternoon, after a mandatory meeting at the VA, Evelyn's car coughed, sputtered, and rolled lifelessly to the shoulder of a quiet road. She sat gripping the wheel, debating whether to call a tow truck or just sit there until nightfall. That's when headlights filled her rearview mirror. A pickup truck pulled in behind her, and a tall man stepped out. Panic fluttered in her chest. She turned slightly, angling her face so the scar was hidden in shadow. "Need a hand." His voice was warm, steady. She hesitated, then nodded. "Pop the hood," he said, rolling up his sleeves. His hair caught the late sunlight, and when he bent over the engine, he worked with practiced ease. After a few minutes, he shut the hood. "Looks like your alternator's shot. I can give you a ride if you'd like." Evelyn wanted to refuse, to vanish back into her shell. But instead, she found herself nodding again. The ride home surprised her. They talked, really talked. About favorite books, about road trips they wished they'd taken, about nothing and everything at once. She laughed more than she had in months. At her house, she offered coffee, thinking he'd politely decline. Instead, he accepted. The conversation continued over steaming mugs until finally he stood to leave. "Can I get your number?" he asked, almost casual, like it was the most natural thing in the world. "Maybe dinner sometime." Her throat tightened. The instinct to say no clawed at her, but another part of her, the part that remembered sunlight and laughter, spoke instead. "Yes." When their first date came, Evelyn forced herself to tell him the truth. The scar, the story behind it, the shame she carried. She braced herself for pity, for discomfort. Instead, he smiled softly. "You're still beautiful, Evelyn. But more important than that, you're good. And that's rarer." For the first time in years, Evelyn believed it. Her friends were stunned when she told them she had a boyfriend. They'd given up hope that she'd ever let anyone in again. But as Evelyn looked across the table at the man who saw her for more than her scars, she knew she'd finally stepped out of hiding. And it felt like freedom.